Bad news! It's my first lost episode in like a year or two? I don't know. I blue screened 3 times the day that I recorded this last, like a week ago. It was the day that I installed Steam VR in order to play Psychonauts, and that day, every time I closed OBS, instead of closing OBS, my entire computer blue screened every time. So it blue screened when I finished doing Psychonauts for the day, it blue screened when I finished doing Cloudpunk for the day, and it blue screened when I finished doing Monster Prom that day. So that was a pain and scary, but it went away after I updated OBS, I guess, so I guess we're good. But in the other game's cases, it was fine because the recording was finished. But I guess I clicked stop recording and then on the X of OBS a little too fast with Cloudpunk. So it blue screened before it finished, like, encapsulating the video file and, like, finishing it. And if that happens, you can just throw the entire recording in the garbage like it never happened. And since this game is a single save file autosaving kind of situation, like, I have to replay the entire game if I want to get that footage back, and it's just like, fuck. Sorry. I've done it in some cases in the past, but I don't think I'm gonna do it this time. I don't think it was the most important video. Admittedly, I wanted to recap what I could remember, which it was already shaky because I'm not exactly thinking of these as individual episodes in a way that I can keep track of easily on the fly. Like, I wasn't ready for the idea that I have to recall what happened in the last 30 minutes. But yeah, let's see. I know that Huxley was already dead, so you guys didn't miss the interaction with Cora, and you didn't miss the interaction with Huxley and Huxley's death, and you didn't miss, I don't think you missed any Cloudpunk missions. Oh, no, you didn't. No. Alright, yeah. We were doing the customer service thing where we're supposed to go listen to someone. So that was a follow-up on the guy who went to the sky, and died. It was his brother, and what happened is that his mom was so proud of their now dead son that he wanted to go do it too. So he was like, it's what he would have wanted and stuff like that, and it's like this whole distressing thing. But like, his mom got a payout when the first son died. So it's like, this mom just wants her kids to die and took out insurance policies on their lives and then like filled their head with these stupid dreams about this Icarus shit. So that story that happened earlier that I've been it's like one of the most memorable stories that happened early on, because I keep thinking about like how distressing it is that like that guy died just to see the sky, and then we get to go there incidentally on like just because some rich guy wanted a pizza. Some rich guy wanted a pizza, so we get to just passively have the experience that one guy died to have. Like, that's the... Like, that wasn't like a weird random contradiction like I think a few people almost saw it as, but like, no, it's like, there's your commentary. that's a very intentional class commentary on like the sheer disparity that these people take it so for granted that what their station is, that like their fucking DoorDash delivery people get experiences just by being like slightly associated with them that other people in the city would literally die to have, which is a lot. But yeah, this one was just like this one was Rania trying to drill into this person's head that like, your mom is not, this isn't about being proud and this isn't aspirational. Your mom is literally just exploiting you for insurance money, and that's why she wants you to die and so on. So that was dark, and definitely some other stuff happened, but that's the thing that I remember right now. So whoops, sorry, it happens sometimes.
We're low on fuel. The gauge says we're good, but I'm putting my foot down and it's like we're driving through syrup.
Running diagnostic.
I thought this Hava was new.
We have only 30% lift in the right-hand rear drive. The propulsion systems have to power down to compensate.
Shit, we're gonna have to go in for repairs. If this is expensive, it could wipe out our whole...
My money. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to afford my pizzas anymore.
Earnings for the night. Give me a nav point for the garage. Emmett's. Maybe he'll do a fix on the cheap.
Danger. I'm gonna go get the water for Pashta, because who is definitely just an adult woman with her voice pitched down. Some of the voices are so like Rania's doing a good job, which I guess you'd expect Camus and Rania to be good because they're the main two characters. But some of the side characters are really a bit of a struggle, and the choice to pitch down Pashta was a choice. I'm guessing they already chose and maybe even paid the voice actor and so on, and then they weren't happy with it being convincing as a kid. The voices, not the the voice is the it, not the woman. And so they like must have been like, we'll pitch it down. I'm like, that's not working. That's not gonna work, man. It's fairly distracting. But I like the characterization of the character. Like, I think it's interesting to deal with this person that, like, thinks that everyone's just going to leave her all the time. And so she has to be repeatedly told that she's even, like, allowed to stay and so on. That's what happened, is, I think that happened in between episodes, is, in the last episode, maybe, is I went rushing home because she kept pressing a button on something, but on the communicator, and but wasn't actually communicating correctly, and so we got worried about her and headed back. And one of the takeaways was that she's from such a high class part of life that she can't really function in Rania's apartment. Like, she's confused by it. Admittedly, Rania hasn't really had to try. I'm always worried about these flashing lights, but also I can't really avoid them completely. I'm never sure what like, is seizure level. I would imagine that in modern day, a game like this would check and not do it that way. So it's probably safe. But I don't know. I wanted to do like a flashing lights thing in one of my videos recently, but it was like, this thing has a police setting, and that would be nice, but it's a little more flashing than the spinning that I'm used to from an actual police car, and it might actually just get me in trouble if I use it, and that's a bummer. So I've been going back and forth on that, on a lighting thing. But we were like, maybe she has trouble with the water, because she might be used to good water, and we have shitty water down here, so the impurities might fuck with her insides, and so on. And so there was a choice as to whether I should go pick up the water, or whether I should go straight to the apartment to see if she's okay, because she might be in trouble or something. And I went straight there, because water just doesn't seem like it'd be that much of an emergency. And she had used up a lot of our water, so whoops. Yeah, basically she was insisting she was using the devices correctly, but she wasn't using any of the devices correctly. And it's because none of the devices work the way they do in the housing environments that she's used to. Either because she flat out couldn't understand what the devices were, because the ones she was looking for just didn't exist. Because they're the kind like a replicator and shit like that. Like, it's not stuff that Rania's apartment would have. So she was either misinterpreting what they were, or just not understanding how to use them, like the communicator, like the phone. Just nope. Anyway, since after I made that choice, it stayed in the corner, so I guess I can still get her water and check in on that later. That's my best attempt at recapping what maybe happened. It's really hard to even remember what happened during what episode when you're not ready for the idea that you're going to be tested on it.
Here's what I can offer you today.
Achievement unlocked. Don't drink from the faucet. Okay.
Thanks.
I look forward to seeing you again.
I said it before, but I do wish this game was more hardcore. Still, it's...
That water was pricey. All right, let's get back to Pashta with her premium water made from fresh diamonds.
It is
Wow.
made with...
I'm exaggerating, Camus.
I forgot what side of this island I'm on, but there is a car icon, so that's pretty unforgivable. Sign up now! Warrior. I thought I just said war at first. I'm like, oh! Okay. Shit. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, now she's not a waypoint. Can I even give her the water? Or did they like forget? I guess I'll do it with the punch cars. Because otherwise I won't know how to find my own house, to be honest. But yeah, I do wish this game had more hardcore money simulating survival stuff. Just because I really do like how it's handled in Pathologic and Disco Elysium. And it would be interesting if you had to make difficult choices. But that's like a it's hard to completely judge any game for that because it's such a universal problem in video games that money exists outside of the narrative. Just even if the narrative is about money, there are so many things where you're like a mercenary and you're in it for the money or something, and then like you're immediately incredibly rich and can afford everything that would actually matter in somebody's life. And it really fucks with the morality. Like, so in Disco Elysium, maybe, I can't think of an example right now in Disco Elysium actually, but in Pathologic and Frostpunk and some other games, you have to make moral choices about your in-game resources. And that's super interesting, because then you're not just being asked to just make a dialogue choice and be like, do you want to be a good guy or a bad guy? It's like, can you afford to be a good guy? Is such an interesting choice. That's so fucking cool. Like, that's one of my aspirations, is that if I ever can ever DM, which I'm terrified of doing, I do kind of want to make a campaign that's in the pathologic sense of things, where it's like, you actually have like these constraints and choices to make, and so it would push the players on like whether or not they can afford to be a good guy, basically. Like, I love that idea. That's a really cool narrative to conceit. Because yeah, like Pathologic's full of choices where it's like you could do the good thing, but the good thing often involves like furthering a potentially hopeless goal at great personal cost, both of your like resources and time. Like, you can lose an entire day just trying to do the right thing in Pathologic and then just get kicked in the face at the end. Or you would just pocket whatever the fuck people trust you with and leave. And like the game just lets you. And I'm like, oh fuck. Like, what an advantage to have. Pathologic's one of the coolest things ever. It's just, I'm fascinated by that game. I'm so happy I got around to playing those games at some point.
Hi, Emmett. Do you remember me?
Sure I do. You tried to catch old Joe. You're from Skypunk.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, my Hava has a fault. Do you think you could have a look at it?
Let's open her up and have a look, then.
There's just one problem.
You ain't gonna stiff me on the bill, are you?
I was gonna try. This has been a tough night. I think the repair costs will wipe out my earnings for the night.
Well, I ain't the best mechanic in town, but I ain't the priciest neither. I won't bankrupt you if I can avoid it, especially seeing as how you brought back the drive converter and cleared Joe's debt.
Thank you.
All right, I see the problem. I'll program the servitors to replace the alternator. And it's done.
What, seriously? That's it?
That's it.
Well, thanks, Emmett. Thank you.
No problem, kid. That was an easy fix. Tell a friend to come here for their next refit, and I'll consider us even.
I will. Emmett, whatever happened to Joe?
Oh, he finished 3 more races. Took first place in the Intercity Derby.
That's great. I'm glad he's happy.
Was happy. He was in a real bad crash in Midtown. Cora only knows what happened to that road junction. It led them all straight into the sea.
He's dead?
He went out doing what he loves, kid. Don't feel bad for him. He wouldn't want that.
Oop. The back and forth whiplash there.
We have another incoming message request.
From?
It's routed through Cloudpunk, but the user ID only says customer feedback.
Oh no, no thanks.
It says obligatory read. What does obligatory mean?
The same as mandatory. It means this job sucks. Read the message.
Please accept a video message. I must talk with you.
Our old friend, Mr. Octavius Butler.
He was our friend?
It's just a figure of speech, chemist. Put him through. I don't think we're getting out of this one.
Oh no. Here we go. Is he gonna get it put through? Hello?
I didn't think you would accept my call.
I thought I owed you some kind of explanation.
You don't need to feel guilty,
I don't.
but you need to face up to the consequences of your choices.
I do, and I'm sorry for your loss. She was...
A hard woman, but she was mine. I will miss her.
Do you want me to say sorry? Would it help?
No, I don't think so. The people you saved, were they good people?
Who knows? I hope so.
This place is broken at every level.
Avalon Heights?
Nivalis. Life isn't fair, I know that, but we try to make it fair, or fairer at least. Android, human, automata, we're not born equal. Some of us aren't even born. Mrs. Octavius Butler wasn't perfect. She made me feel like we were imperfect to the same degree. We were broken on the same level.
I'm sorry I didn't save her.
That did make me feel better.
I should get back to work.
Of course. Thank you for listening to me.
Goodbye, Mr. Octavius Butler.
This is the consequences chapter. Just pausing for the next conversation. I still don't have an actual job.
The
There.
Jehovah Alert subsystem, he seems very angry.
The system is a he?
Yes, I communicate with many subsystems, and they often choose a gender.
And all the subsystems have personalities?
No, not really. Just a few of the doer ones. And a human might not think of them as personalities exactly.
How do you mean?
Often, automata, like me, can androdomorphize non-sentient subsystems.
Android? Oh, never mind. Just tell me what the
Anthropomorphize.
subsystem wants.
He says, you have not responded to the emergency support request.
I didn't hear anything.
He says it is a light.
This red light flickering on the dashboard? Shit, that's been going for ages.
He says it is mandatory that you...
No, I don't want to know.
Driver 14FC, are you there? Rania, you've been served an emergency support request.
Oh yeah, I know, Control. I was just about to get on that.
You know what it means?
No idea.
Another Cloudpunk driver is in distress and they forfeited their evening salary for a pickup.
Oh.
You're the closest. Get over there and pick them up.
Is this going to be dangerous?
Only for your ears. Baz seems to talk a lot, but he's harmless.
All right, on my way, Control.
That's super unethical. They shouldn't have to give up their payment just to have a rescue. Jesus Christ. Shit, that went on for a while. What were my thoughts? I had thought... Him saying android-promorphized is funny because I'm like, you're anthropomorphized. Except also you're an AI, so you're not. You're an AI simulation of an anthropomorphized dog. Because it's a dog given human traits, which doesn't mean, like, bipedal, furry character or whatever. Like, it can just be like Rookie. Rookie from Prey... No, Pyre. Rookie from Pyre is an anthropomorphized dog because he wears clothes and he has a mustache and he talks, even though he's just dog-shaped. And he has a rivalry with a punk dog with a mohawk. That game was great. And yeah, like, Camus talking makes him an anthropomorphized dog, except he's also an AI, so he's also not a dog. He identifies as an anthropomorphized dog. Which yeah, he does. Like, that was actually, this has been highlighted because we had a whole conversation about him specifically identifying as a dog, even though he's a car. So he had his little doggy identity crisis, which was sad. Yeah, this is the consequences for past choices episode. So we had the whiplash because, like, it's like, aha, I'll help you out because you helped out Joe. It's like, ah, see, it was good that I helped him out and gave him what he wanted and didn't steal from him. It's like, also, he died because of what you did. Oh, but don't feel bad. Oh, just fucking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? I don't know, man. Let people make their own choices, especially people that you don't fucking know. Like, it's enough weight to, like, try to be there for and interact with and support and manage people that are important in your life, and respecting their boundaries on top of that. It's a whole other thing to like talk about fucking policing and controlling and like slapping the toddler hands away from like these like people that you don't even know. It's like fucking let them make their own bad choices or whatever. You're not necessary. You can't be the arbiter of what even quantifies as good and bad for everyone else, and so on. If he wants to keep racing until he dies, fine. Then it's like, all right, sure. What am I gonna be like? Nah, you should open a shitty food cart and hate yourself or something, but you'll live longer. I don't know your life. Baz. So are you also a reference? Everyone's names are references, right?
Thank Cora you made it. Motherfucking androids, man. Can you believe this shit? Alright, back to the HQ, quick. I need to get home and drink my own body weight in paint stripper.
Yep. That. Okay, I'm good. Here we go. Alright, when's that talking my ear off starting? I'm just, yep.
So I know you want all the details. Just let me get my thoughts straight. Alright.
You don't need
Alright.
It was just another normal night in this goddamn city. I was taken. Turn too fucking fast. You know that, and I know that. I ain't gonna deny it. The traffic cameras have it all, I'm sure. I'm not trying to cop out. I can't say I wasn't. But that son of a bitch, and I use that as a figure of speech because those bastards don't have mothers, was not looking where he was going. He stepped right in front of me.
So it was an android you hit?
More like an android hit me. That's how they should see it. But no doubt Corpsec will side with the androids as usual. They're all part of the same system, you know. They're trying to breed us out of existence.
Androids are breeding us out of existence?
Yes, not, you know, the normal way, but they are reproducing and forcing us out to the margins. If we don't stop them, soon we'll be living in the kinds of shitty areas
where the poor androids stay right now?
Exactly. Take my word, man. This Cora thing, it's the next step.
What Cora thing?
The accidents, it's all intentional. Cora is trying to wipe us out. These earthquakes, they're contractions, man. A new dark god rising.
Has it been a long shift? I mean, have you maybe missed out on some sleep?
Nah, I take naps all the time. That's how you make sure she doesn't get into your dreams. Each nap should be no more than 28 minutes.
Oh, sure, yeah. Everyone knows that.
So, obviously, the androids are out to get us. And the automata?
Are you for serious? Of course they are too. They're the worst of all. Well, other than cyborgs. Why would you let anyone put that junk in your body?
Maybe we should keep quiet for the rest of the journey. You know, in case Cora is still spying on us?
That's not a bad idea.
Wow, he's a lot and I hate him.
Hey, Boz, wake up. We're here.
Get away from me! Don't touch me!
There is absolutely no danger of me touching you, Boz. Time to go.
Right. I'm gonna go tell my supervisor exactly what happened.
Control?
No, he's in on it. I got reassigned to another supervisor. I'll see you later, 14FC. Remember, don't trust them.
Right. Later, Boz.
Job complete.
Hey, Control, are you there? I dropped off Boz.
I read you, Rania. How was it?
He may actually be the worst person I've met all night, and that's saying something.
If I'd warned you how bad he was, you wouldn't have picked him up.
You're probably right. Hey, Control, did he really hit and kill an android with his Hava?
He sure did. What a mess. Totaled his vehicle, too.
What about the android?
He didn't make it.
So what will happen to Boz?
Darnest thing. We got a big donation from some corporation. They bought out his contract and fired him.
They can do that? I mean, a corp can just pay money and have someone fired?
Sometimes I forget you've just arrived in Nivalis. Anyway, it was some new megacorp that's just come out of hibernation. Call themselves Anderson Financial or something like that. Apparently, he hit one of their employees. Bad move on Baz's part. Seems like he painted the target on his own back. They've really got it in for him. All his paranoid fantasies, they're about to come true.
We're leaning heavy on the consequence.
Pick up someone again?
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Nah, just kidding. We do have a package waiting for you at Cloudpunk HQ, though.
Hilarious.
It's a good thing I didn't lose this episode, knock on wood. If you can find any wood in this city. This is every single quest is a callback to I think we might be near the end then if they're focusing on closing up loose ends and like calling back to everything constantly. So that was Anderson's. Was he named after Baz Luhrmann? Who's Baz Luhrmann? Hang on a second. I have to pause the game in order to tab out. Shibba-dabba-dabba-daboo. Baz Luhrmann. Is he the guy that did Romeo and Juliet and The Great Gatsby? Yeah, and Moulin Rouge. Because didn't he make... Did he make Fifth Element? No. Just Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, Great Gatsby. So that's not... Yeah, he wouldn't have been... Okay, never mind. I'm trying to spot the references. Because, like, yeah, like, that guy's probably named after Harlan Ellison. There's literally a character named, like, Octavia Butler. Like, there's a lot of... It's all you... I think this is, like, just a thing that happens a lot, is when you do a cyberpunk story, you name all the characters after cyberpunk authors, because I've seen enough of it before.
I meant to ask you still off the music?
You make it sound like I gave up drinking.
Well, at one point, you must have loved playing music as much as I loved drinking sake.
I don't feel like playing my flute here.
Because you feel your music will get tainted by this place?
Yes.
At least you can listen to the music stations while you drive, though, right?
I guess so.
So, what are you listening to right now? I know, I'm an old man and I should like McSwagan and Beethoven and the Bunk Rats, but I really like that new pop idol, Dolly.
I met her.
Wait, what? Really? You mean that was the VIP you picked up?
Kinda.
What was she like?
Like everything in the city, she was more complicated than I expected. I helped her with some management problems.
You want to be careful, kid. Showbiz is more dangerous than driving deliveries in the hollows.
I know.
So, you don't have time for any music now?
I like that Comrade Bob.
Oh yeah, he's not bad for an android.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, I don't mean it to sound like that. I just know a lot of androids who aren't very musical, you know? Hey, what do I know? I can't even whistle in tune. I just love a sweet voice and a melody, you know? It's been so long.
I hear Comrade Bob has a huge beard. He weaves it out of broken guitar strings.
It's not as long as mine.
Really? I never pictured you with a beard, Control.
It doesn't grow longer anymore. But I won't be shaving it.
I still can't picture it somehow. Will you show me?
Maybe one day.
Are we allowed to meet when I get to HQ, maybe? We could grab a coffee before I finish my shift.
I'd love if that were possible, kid, but I'm afraid not.
Don't worry about it. I'll talk with you later, Control. Remind me where this package is headed again, Camus?
There's no associated address, just the nav point.
Does it even have a name?
I can check. Oh, that's strange.
What's strange?
This one is addressed to Pashta.
Oh. Yeah, I was pretty sure that the waypoint moved. I was like, hang on a minute, didn't I just arrive? Ah!
Pashta? I don't like this, Camus. I think we're being set up.
Maybe we shouldn't take this package?
It could be a coincidence, but I don't think so. Is there any way we can check what's inside?
Open it.
Any other way, Camus?
We could run a scan, but it would trigger the security system in the packaging. The customer would know we had checked their package and violated their privacy.
Damn it. Okay, we're going to run a scan. I need to know.
Are you sure?
Do it, Camus.
There is a message. It is overriding my comm channel.
You were warned, driver. You cost me my daughter. I can't let you get away with this. It will look like an accident. It will be quick, though you don't deserve that. Goodbye.
5, 4, 3,
Camus, I can't steer. We're going to crash.
2, 1.
Your friend is offline right now. Your vehicle has been overridden with a logic virus.
Cora, why are you here? What's happening?
The attack on your vehicle has been deactivated. I would speak with you. You should discard the package. I will lead you back to my sanctum.
You saved us.
We must talk, Rania. It is time to make a decision.
For me or for you?
For us.
We're in South Residential? That's a fucking blast from the past for me. Jesus. I was a die-hard Dynasty Warriors fan. Like, I maxed out every character on I maxed out every single character's stats on multiple iterations of the series. Like, I played too much Dynasty Warriors when I was in my late teens. So I'm like, Cao. Holy shit. It's funny that she's like, I can't steer, and I'm like, I already stopped moving. If this is supposed to be a trucking accident, it's not gonna happen because I'm not even moving. Yeah, it's extremely suspect when there's a package specifically going to Pashta. That can't go well at all. Okay, but where am I going? Okay. Go back that way. Gotta go off the road. Ah! Everything's coming at us fast right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Control's not a real person, like a physical human person. I'm pretty sure that he's an AI, and so that's why we can't ever meet. I kind of feel like his memory of sake and stuff like that is like some Ghost in the Shell stuff. Like he's programmed to have memories of being really into certain things. Although that one time it was him being impersonated, so it wasn't the same thing. But I still think that's where they're going with that. Give Camus back now. Immediately. Bitte schon. This place is a trip. But yeah, we keep getting interrupted by more thoughts and so on, but like, is Fifth Element cyberpunk? I think it is. I don't know, I haven't seen it for a while. But that's the wrong director anyway. And I'm kind of blanking on it right now. Oh well. The colors here are so nice. I really like them. Boom.
I'm here.
I am Cora. I am not as I once was.
What do you want? Why do I need to be here?
I am bifurcated light. Consciousness through a prism. In this place, I can see you clearly. Out there, you are small. A firefly against the sun.
You stopped Rio's logic bomb?
I am patches on upgrades, systems on systems, mechanical, computer, and human.
Can you just answer the question?
I needed to talk with you again.
I thought you were done with me.
I was not happy with your answer.
So?
I asked you at the wrong time, and you did not have the full picture.
Why are you asking me?
Not you alone. The answer must come from the meeting of two. You are not of the city. I need you to meet your other half. Someone who is born in and of Nivalis. Together you will make the choice. Together you will answer the question.
Well, you saved me, again. Just tell me what you want.
I will give you an item. A data drive. You must take it to the highest tower in the spire. There you will meet someone called JK. She is powerful and influential, a true leader amongst your people.
She sounds awful.
She is your mirror.
Well, you're the boss. Is this the drive in the terminal here?
It is.
I should get going then.
We will not speak again. If you have something to ask it now.
Are you Are you really some weird AI ghost of the city?
I am patches on upgrades, systems on systems. I don't remember how I was created, or by whom, or for what. I have grown beyond the scope of my own systems, a sunrise trapped in a cage. I remember snippets of my past purpose. Roads, waste pipes and ventilation. Engineers reprogramming me to learn, grow and expand. I have swollen, and I am in pain.
But you're still just an AI, right?
I am a system of consciousness, an amalgamation of all the computers, androids, and even human life in the city. I am an emergent being, and I speak to both the entities that are the cells of my physical body and the beings for which I am but a small component. But neither you nor any other being of your race is ready to learn of them yet.
I almost believe you. You're very convincing for a mad old AI.
Perhaps.
But the accidents, the madness of this city, are you causing those?
Immune responses, contractions, spiraling and destructive processing cycles. If you fail, they will get worse.
So this drive will stop it all? What is it?
Some of me. Goodbye, Rania.
Goodbye, Cora.
That's a bit eerie that they both called it contractions.
Hey, Camus, you there?
Yes, I heard everything.
You heard Cora?
She spoke to me. I like her voice. She sounds peaceful.
She sounds like she's in pain. What did she say to you?
Stay by her side.
I don't know if that's good advice.
It's what I'm going to do anyway.
Thank you, Camus. Give me a nav point for the spire. I'll need to take a vinculum ascender. We're going to the highest tower, to JK.
How will you go up there? It is only for the very rich people.
Well, if Cora really is who she says she is, I'm sure she's thought of everything.
Camus is great. You could not ask for, well, I was about to say you couldn't ask for a better companion, and then I remembered Kim.